This is so exciting. It's that time of the month again. My name is Thomas LeBlanc.
And I'm Tranna Winter. Welcome back to a new episode of Lucky Stars. We are your astro guides, taking you through the entire zodiac by roasting the celebrities born under each sun sign.
And today is Sagittarius season. It's a fire season, and I could not be more excited for what we have in store for you.
I have to say that Sagittarius is my most hated sign. Everyone that I have ever been in love with has been a Sagittarius, and it has always been a nightmare. So a warning to all my fellow Pisces, beware of the Sagittarians.
Don't worry, Sag, I'll defend you today. I love you guys. So Sagittarius season covers the period of time between November 22nd and December 21st. It's the ninth sign of the zodiac, so it means it's aligned with the ninth house. The ninth house is the house of publishing, travel, higher learning, higher education, psychology, growth. It's a very optimistic sign, so it makes sense that the ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Yes, the biggest, most optimistic planet in astrology rules Sagittarius. So that means that's why Sagittarius just can't get enough attention.
And is it why Sagittarians always seem to be thriving? I just feel like Sagittarians are always reveling in abundance, and I'm sick of it.
Well, the thing is, they really don't want you to see when they're not thriving. And it's, as we'll see today, it's an elaborate mise en scène. It's an elaborate stage direction to make sure everyone knows that they're doing well.
Before we get to our Sagittarius celebrities, let's take a closer look at the key traits of being a Sagittarius. So I think the most pronounced, most central trait of being a Sagittarius is the need for freedom. Sagittarians need freedom to explore, to travel, to be themselves. They hate to be tied down. And basically that freedom means that Sagittarians want to do whatever they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, which is why I think they're a bit of a nightmare.
The downside of being a Sagittarius is when they're attacked, they lash out, they lash back, they defend themselves. It's not necessarily all that negative, but sometimes they overreact to a certain situation that could be resolved if they just were a little bit more patient and understanding.
But don't count on it, because Sagittarians are also very blunt. Which can be great. And honestly, I think that I am jealous of that. I wish I could be more direct and sort of state my feelings more clearly. A Sagittarius knows how to just clearly express what they're trying to say. They don't really care about your feelings. They just care about saying what they need to say.
What I love the most about Sag is that they're so creative and prolific, and they have such an intense output. And as someone who's very secretive, I kind of envy that position, and I wish I was a bit more like that.
As you mentioned before, Sagittarians are also on this eternal quest for knowledge. They're such curious beings. They want to know everything about everything, and that is pretty cool. One of the most interesting Sagittarius traits that I came across is that they're always trying to transcend reality, which is super interesting to me. Sagittarians, in their quest for freedom and knowledge, are also trying to create their own world that is in tune with their vision, and sometimes that makes it hard for them to just accept and celebrate what's actually on their plate.
And this is why they hate it when reality comes and bite them. They can be quite narcissistic, and if it doesn't go their way, they can become very egotistical and obsessed with their reputation.
So now it's time for us to take a look at who the Sagittarius celebrities are. And today is a completely musical episode. We're gonna try to figure out what it is, but Sagittarians were born to be pop stars.
Okay, we need to kick things off with probably our generation's favorite person. You know, if there was one person in the world that every millennial adores, I hope that you would agree that that person is Britney Spears, born December 2nd. I adore Britney. She is a Sagittarius through and through. And of course, it's not a coincidence that the whole Free Britney saga, the whole movement to free Britney from the conservatorship from her father and the attorneys is a Sagittarius story. I mean, she is kept within this, like, the bound of this legal confinement inside her house. There's certain things she can't do. She can't go for a drive. She can't get married to her boyfriend. It's a tragic situation. But our queen is dealing with this like such a Sag. She's going to court. She's standing up for herself.
Britney is this magical being that is full of light, that is meant to travel the world and spread that light and joy the way that she always has. We grew up with Britney. I think we all have so much love for her and want to see the best for her. And I think I can safely say she is the only Sagittarius I want to see do well.
Of course, Britney's music is full of Sagittarius references. Gimme More is all about Jupiter. It's all about the expansion of wanting more and more and more. One very interesting Britney song, if you think of her Sagittarius nature, is I'm a Slave for You. Of course, Sag are not ones to be slave, let's make that clear. But I think the song is an interesting play on the theme of freedom, and it just shows how much they value power dynamics and role-playing. And finally, Circus. You know, ultimate Sag song, all eyes on me, I'm the center of the ring. Britney loves to give a show, to be the center of attention, and for that, I think we will thank her for the rest of our lives. There's some breaking news. Britney has been freed since we filmed the Lucky Star Sag episode. Britney is a free woman. A judge has lifted the conservatorship right before she turns 40. This is epic Sag energy, and we're so happy for you, Britney.
And the Free Britney movement, you guys rock. Because of you guys and the awareness of kind of knowing what was going on and delivering that news to the public for so long. Because of you, I honestly think you guys saved my life.
Our next celebrity Sagittarius is the one and only Christina Aguilera, born December 18th. I mean, it's wild that Britney and Christina are both Sagittarius. I mean, these are the two women that made us who we are. And I think in those early days, they were, you know, sort of pitted as rivals, and you were either a Britney girl or a Christina girl. I loved both. I think who I really loved though was Xtina, who was birthed during Christina's dirty/stripped era. Christina's Stripped album remains one of the best albums to come out of the early 2000s. And you know, it was sort of, I guess, a response to the Britneys and the more controlled acts. And I think that Christina was really trying to sell us on this narrative that she was really in control. But was she? I'm not so sure looking back on it, but I still love the Dirty video. I remember being so scandalized as a child when I saw it. But for me, the epitome of that era is the song Beautiful, which I think speaks to the emotional intelligence of Sagittarius. You know, we've said it many times, but those early 2000 years were so heteronormative, and Christina giving us this queer anthem with queer people in the video. You saved us, Christina. We love you. You are beautiful in every single way. One of Christina's other very Sagittarius traits is the arrogance. The arrogance of Xtina. You can see it in the way that she holds herself, in the way that she speaks. I live for it. But to me, the funniest iteration of her arrogance is in her singing. I mean, Christina is a powerhouse vocalist. She's so phenomenally talented. So Christina did a masterclass on teaching other people how to sing. And basically all she told them to do was believe in yourself and breathe. I mean, that's the arrogance of a Sagittarius, that they think that their talent is so untouchable. And like, here's some like shitty advice that you just spent $250 on. Just breathe and believe and you can sing like me. Yeah, right, Christina.
Passion and drive is like 100% of it. You just have to push that breath out.
By the way, doing a masterclass is a very Sagittarius move. The next two pop stars, Tranna, I wanna give you the argument of why they're both ultimate Sag, and I want you to decide who is the mostest ultimate Sag between the two of them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, in the left corner we have Miley Cyrus, born November 23rd. Hannah Montana, yes, she is iconic. She's an iconic Sagittarius, the goddaughter of Dolly Parton. She's just being Miley, really. What I love about Miley is that she stands up for queer rights and freedom. She cannot be tamed, as she used to sing early in her career.
I can't be saved. I can't be changed.
She released a song called Prisoners with Dua Lipa. I mean, talk about a Sag theme.
Prisoner, locked up, can't get you off my mind.
But really, it's the song We Can't Stop with the music video that to me is the most Sagittarius moment in Miley's career.
It's our house, we can love who we want to.
I think that Miley is a true Sag because she can't focus. She starts an album, she releases music, she releases songs, and then she moves on to the next project. She's always looking for the next thing, and that is Sagittarius energy right there.
Okay, so now give me Taylor. Let's see what Taylor's got.
So in the right corner, we have Taylor Swift. Yes, Taylor Swift is also a Sagittarius, born December 13th. As you know, Taylor is notorious for getting back to people, getting back to men, most specifically, her exes, her ex-manager, her ex-record label. She hates to feel imprisoned. In her case, is to be imprisoned in deals. Years ago, she stepped up to Spotify because she wanted to have more royalties for other artists, but clearly it was for her. Recently, she's re-recorded a bunch of her albums because the rights were owned by someone she hates in the industry. She is obviously notoriously independent in love. She wrote the song We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, which I love, and I think it's a fabulous Sagittarius anthem. And of course, one of the most famous revenge songs of the last 10 years, Bad Blood. You know, back in the day when Taylor had a feud with Katy Perry. I think we all forgot that they were kind of enemies, frenemies, because eventually Katy appeared in one of Taylor's music videos.
Can you just not step on our gowns? You need to calm down.
I just think that because Taylor is so obsessed with her reputation and being right all the time, to a point that she sometimes appears quite narcissistic, to be honest, that makes her, you know, a true Sagittarius. I gave you my pitch for both of them. I can't decide who is the most Sagittarius between Miley and Taylor, but who do you decide?
I mean, who is the most Sagittarius? Probably Taylor. But who would I choose to hang out with, and who do I love the most between the two of them? No question, Miley. Miley is a true badass, and like really, I think Miley is the real deal. I think Taylor is too in her own way, but I just can't take the like all-American girl vanilla shit that Taylor is serving us. It's never been my thing. I really don't care. Give me Miley any day.
That's settled.
Our next Sagittarius celebrity is a true legend who has basically revived her career thanks to the magic of Twitter. It's Dionne Warwick, born December 12th. Dionne Warwick is the true queen of blunt. She decided during the pandemic to get on Twitter and immediately just started throwing shade at everyone, from celebrities to corporations. Dionne became a viral sensation to the point where people weren't even sure if it really was Dionne. But trust me, only the real Dionne could throw shade that good.
I'm so excited for you that I'm here.
Also, I have to acknowledge that Dionne Warwick is a big inspiration to us here at Lucky Stars. Dionne Warwick was the face and host of the Psychic Friends Network in the early 90s, which was basically this like infomercial talk show where Dionne, alongside a bunch of psychics, would take people's calls and tell them their futures.
I think that anyone watching this show can benefit from speaking to a psychic.
Of course, it was probably a giant scam, but good for you, Dionne Warwick, and I hope you got a lot of money from that. Of course, Dionne Warwick's signature song is That's What Friends Are For, which is this, song anthem about being a good friend, being an ally, being there for the people in your life. But is that very Sagittarius? I don't know, sounds like another scam, Dionne. And last but certainly not least, the queen of Sagittarius, the queen of rock and roll, the queen of the whole freaking world. It's Tina Turner, born November 26th. Sagittarius is represented by the Archer, but the Archer is a centaur, half man, half horse, which to me is like, that's the Tina legs. That's where Tina gets the legs. It's from the horse half. And she has the best legs in the business. Sagittarius is very closely related to the idea of the warrior, the person that's just constantly on this heroic journey. We know from her life story that Tina has overcome so much. I don't want to get into all of those details. I just want to celebrate Tina for being Tina. Tina has always chosen to walk through the fire. And I think that is a major lesson to all of us water signs who are avoiding everything. I think everyone we've spoken about today is genuinely amazing, but I just need to say it on record that Tina is the absolute greatest live performer of all time. Here's the evidence.
Wow, that was Sagittarius, the musical. So many musical icons. I can feel the Jupiter energy, this like expensive, optimistic energy from, this journey through all of these lucky stars.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Send this video to a Sagittarius friend or someone who also hates Sagittarians. There's room for everyone here at Lucky Stars. And we will see you back next month with Capricorn, a very serious sign. But maybe there's some humor in there somewhere. We'll try to find it.
We'll find it.